Unit 2, Lesson 1, Digging Deeper into Perspectives Through Literature. Our guiding questions throughout this unit are: how does a person's perspective influence their opinion? And why should we respect the opinions of others? The play that we will be reading for this unit is called Divided Loyalties, the Barton Family During the American Revolution. Act 1. The setting, Burlington, New Jersey, 1774 to 1775. Scene 1. In the Bartons' home. Narrator. Burlington, New Jersey is alive with activity. The seeds of the American Revolution have been sown. Many in Burlington are loyalists, but support for the patriots is growing stronger. Farmers, shopkeepers, and others feel that they are being taxed on too many goods. They also feel that they have no say in the laws that are passed in Great Britain. The people of Burlington often hear what is happening in other colonial cities, such as New York, Boston, and Philadelphia. Many are alarmed by events such as the Boston Massacre and the Boston Tea Party. The Continental Congress has just met in Philadelphia to discuss the tensions between the colonies and Great Britain. Some people in Burlington, such as Mary and Robert Barton, wonder if the patriots have gone too far. As Act 1 opens, the Barton family is sitting around the fireplace in their home. They are discussing what... Before we start reading, just a quick reminder that acts are how a play is divided up, like the parts of a book. The setting is where and when the play takes place. The scenes are smaller parts within the acts, like the chapter of a book. And the narrator, which you'll see is speaking first, is someone who explains what is happening in the play, but they are not a character that interacts with other characters in the play. They are discussing what has been taking place in the colonies, as well as what these events mean for colonists like themselves. Ben, did you see the big merchant ship in the harbor? 3 masts! What a beauty! And she has brought us a new shipment of goods for the store. Yes, Father, I watched them unload her. I kept wondering if the patriots would sneak onto the ship and dump tea in the harbor as they did in Boston. Ben, I don't think you will see that kind of tea party here in Burlington. Well, Mary, I wouldn't be so sure. I spoke with your brother today. We're lucky that he works for the royal governor. Governor Franklin is a good man, but no doubt your brother is worried. It seems that some people are saying that we should not have a royal governor. Oh, surely such talk will not amount to anything. William Franklin is a good governor. He has served the people of this colony well and deserves our respect. The governor simply supports King George, as he should. That's true. He's loyal to Great Britain and has represented us well. But those rebels, the patriots, call him a traitor. He is not a traitor. It is the rebels who are traitors. I don't know about that, Mother. I've heard talk amongst my friends. Some of the boys have been talking about the skirmish in Boston. Even though it happened a few years ago, the fight between the British soldiers and the patriots has people upset. People call it the Boston Massacre. Are you talking about how those British soldiers killed those people in Boston? I've wondered about that. Why did the soldiers shoot those men? The shooting was a terrible mistake. Some boy threw a snowball at the British soldiers. In a panic, shots were fired. Unfortunately, those men died in what amounts to a tragic accident. Yes, but why are troops here in Burlington now? We should not have British soldiers watching our every move. Some of my friends think that we, too, should be rebelling like the men in Boston. The troops are here to defend the colonies, to protect us. It is absurd to talk about fighting the British Army. The British Army is the best and the strongest in the world. Isn't that so, Robert? Indeed. A bunch of farmers armed with pitchforks could never defeat the British Army. Besides, British soldiers and those who are loyal to Britain greatly outnumber those rabble-rousers who call themselves patriots. The British soldiers make me feel safe. As well they should. They are part of the strongest army in the world. We should be proud to be a part of Great Britain. I like their red jackets. Do they treat us like we are part of Great Britain? The patriot leaders are meeting in Philadelphia to discuss this very point. After all, how much can we pay in taxes, Father? We have to buy stamps for paper, newspapers, and even playing cards. And some say that's just the beginning. And with all those taxes, do we get a say in the government? You'll see that more and more people are joining the patriot cause. How can you say that, William? Do not forget that Great Britain protected us against France in the last war. Wars cost a lot of money, and we should pay our part. Of course, I don't like to pay taxes any more than the next man, but it is our duty as subjects of the British Crown. Our taxes also pay for the soldiers who are stationed here to protect us. We can't expect Britain to send soldiers to the colonies for free. Someone has to pay their wages. Some people say we should train our own soldiers to protect us. What about the women who say that they will not buy tea or cloth from Britain? Yesterday I saw some women throw packages of tea right out into the street, right in front of our store. And some of the women here in Burlington are setting up spinning groups to make their own cloth. Those women are just foolish. Do not associate with any of them, Abigail. I forbid it. We are loyal to the king. Not everyone is as loyal as you are, Mother. Many think that we should be able to govern ourselves. They say that we should not be taxed unless we have elected representatives to the British Parliament. Most important, they say we should stop trading with Great Britain and fight for our rights. Stop trading? Well, that's simply absurd. Great Britain has goods we need. We have goods they need. It's simple. Both sides make money trading. A few wild-eyed rebels should not ruin our lives. Going to war with Britain would be foolish. The rebels would lose, and then what would happen? No, a war is not the answer. Scene 2. In the Barton store. 6 months have passed. It is April 1775. Rebellion in the colonies has spread. Local farmers are refusing to sell their goods to Robert Barton and other loyalists. William has been going to meetings of the Sons of Liberty, a vocal group of American colonists leading the independence movement. He and his friends have heard about Patrick Henry's famous "Give me liberty or give me death" speech, delivered in the Virginia House of Burgess a month earlier. Some of his friends have joined the King's regiment to support the British. The tension in the Barton family reflects the tense mood in the colonies. The scene opens as Robert and his children are waiting on customers at the Barton store. William, could you help Mrs. Smith? I imagine she'll want her usual pound of tea. Is that right, Mrs. Smith?
No tea today, Mr. Barton. I'm not buying tea. I've decided not to buy any more goods from Great Britain. Our taxes are just too high. I hear that you, Mr. Barton, are still loyal to the king. I don't understand that. But in the meantime, I will have some vegetables from our local American farmers.
That's true, Mrs. Smith. I still support the king. I see no reason to change things here in America. So, which vegetables would you like today? Yes, how about these potatoes, Mrs. Smith?
They look rather small compared to your usual produce. Is that the best you have?
I'm afraid so. Some of the farmers have refused to sell me their produce. They don't agree with my views about the colonies and Great Britain.
Well, perhaps I should join them. You can keep the potatoes.
My goodness, Mrs. Smith seemed quite bothered. What happened? I regret to say that she has decided to stop buying goods from us. Why is that? It seems she's become a rebel patriot. Father, perhaps Mrs. Smith is right. Perhaps we shouldn't sell tea. Maybe we should sell only local produce, goods produced by people around here. No, my dear, that is not my way. I have my beliefs, and I will stand by them. I will not be forced to change my opinions. I think Abigail is right, and I think you should consider taking a loyalty oath to the patriot cause. Lots of people are doing it, you know. You don't have to support the rebellion. Just identify yourself with the patriots. William, we are loyal to the king, and that's final. Go out back and get some more tea. Others will want to buy it. But, Father, I will not let these so-called patriots tell me what to do. Ah, Mr. Lawson, good day. Good day, Robert. I'd like some cotton cloth and some tobacco. And what about some tea, Mr. Lawson? It's just off the boat. Why, yes, tea would be nice. That's a good lad. I'm glad to see that you are stocking goods from Britain, Robert. I hear you cannot get a cup of tea in Boston. The rebels are trying to take over the city. But they'll have no luck. The British army is there. Everyone knows there's no defeating a force that powerful. I agree, Mr. Lawson. We have some fine cotton cloth that arrived on the same ship as the tea. I can give you a good price today. Excellent. I'll take 8 yards. I'm proud to call myself a British subject, and I'm proud to buy British goods. And I'm proud to sell them to you, Mr. Lawson. You have a good day, sir. You see, children, there are still loyal citizens here in Burlington. Father, what is that noise? Look, an army of people is coming down the street. They're carrying guns and pitchforks. They look like they're angry about something. I know those men. They're farmers and townsmen. Why are they marching? They're patriots, Father, and they're coming towards our store. Abigail, get in the back and take Ben with you. Should I lock the door? No, I have known most of those men for years. I'm sure that any issue they have can be discussed in a civilized manner. Surely they are just overexcited. Act 1, Scene 3. Outside the Barton store. It seems that there's no time left for debate. Everyone has chosen sides. In New Jersey, people have been swearing allegiance to the independence movement by taking loyalty oaths. The situation is growing tense and even dangerous. Those who refuse to take the oath could be tarred and feathered. This means that hot, sticky tar is poured over them. Then feathers are thrown on to humiliate them further. If they don't die from the scorching tar, they are severely burned. As the scene opens, a crowd of patriots is approaching the Barton store. The crowd members want to take the law into their own hands. They want to judge and pass sentence on Robert Barton, a staunch loyalist. The crowd pushes into the store. Come with us, Mr. Barton. Your days of loyalty to Britain are now over. What do you want with me? Since when is loyalty to Britain considered a crime? You know why we're here. We have come to ask you a simple question. Are you loyal to the king, or do you support the patriot cause? My views and opinions are my own. I will not share them with the public. You have no power over me. Leave my shop this instant, or I'll send for the soldiers. I don't see any British soldiers here to protect you. Do you see any men? No! I'm not going anywhere, and I'm not giving in to an unruly mob. Yes, you are. We outnumber you, Mr. Barton, and you will tell us what we want to know. William, come here, please. So, Robert Barton, subject of Great Britain, how do you plead? Are you still loyal to the British Crown? I am. We only have one ruler here, and it is King George III. He is guilty as charged. Tar and feather the traitor! Tar and feather for him! Get that tar good and hot! Leave my father alone. He's a good man. He has paid his taxes and given most of you credit in his store. He has stood by you in hard times. Leave him alone, or I'll be forced to use this gun. Stop it now. This is not the answer. Look, I'm a patriot. All of you know that. I want us to be independent, but attacking Robert Barton will not solve our problems. Our issues are with Great Britain, not Robert Barton. We have no reason to quarrel with this man. He's right. Attacking our neighbors won't win you any support. Mr. Barton has always been a good friend to us all. Stop and think about what you're doing. Leave him alone. But he is with Britain, not with us. This is not a fair trial. This is an unruly mob. We are fighting for freedom and independence. In the name of freedom, let him go. You may have escaped this time, Barton, but your days in Burlington are numbered.
Let's go home now. But first, I think we'd better board up the store. Thank you, friends, and thank you, William, for standing up for me. That was very brave. No matter what sympathy I feel for the Patriots, I will always defend my family. I hope you know that, Father. I was really frightened, though. I was frightened, too. I thought they were going to hurt you, Father. Oh, Father, what are we going to do? It seems as if the whole town is against us. We will carry on the best we can. We will get through this, don't worry. That crowd of men was frightening, but there are others in this town who are on our side. William, give me a hand with these boards. We need to cover up the windows. I'll get the hammer and nails. I'll try to find Mother. Father, these men are serious. Don't you think you should begin supporting the patriot cause? Never. A mob of angry rebels trying to threaten me has only made my belief stronger. I will not let a bunch of bullies tell me what I can and can't believe. But your life may be in danger. And what if no one decides to shop in our store anymore? If that is the way it has to be, then so be it. I would sooner live on the street than go against what I think is right.